Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to First Cut Live. We are here back on a Tuesday night to break down all the movie news coming out this week, as well as some trailers that have come out this week. But before we get to all that, we here at First Cut wanted to say a few brief words about the saddened passing of Sam Neill. Here at First Cut, we're saddened to hear about this passing. Now, Sam Neill is an iconic actor known for his roles in Possession and Jurassic Park. So before we get started, I just wanted to have the opportunity for us to say some quick words about the life and legacy of Sam. Sabrina, what is something that Sam Neill means to you, and what he meant to so many people across the world when it comes to his roles?
Yeah, I think when it comes to his career, I just rewatched In the Mouth of Madness 2 days ago and then Possession today. And I think, again, it still stands. I think his performance in Possession is one of the best performances of all time, as well as Isabel's. The fact that they're in the same movie and just absolutely crushing it, so iconic. But even besides that, outside of his career, I just think his spirit, like when I think of Sam Neill, more so in the last few years, I really do think of all the videos he posted with his animals. And honestly, his activism for women's rights as well. And just the way he spoke about the women that he worked with all across his filmography, I think it was really, really beautiful. I know he had certain excerpts in his memoir that I really want to actually now visit, because I've never read his book, but just the way he spoke so highly of the people that surrounded him, and like he was just like his humility, I guess, within his talent and his craft, because to me, I'm like, these are top tier caliber performances, and the way he speaks about it is just so funny. It's so humble. So it's such a loss, but he left a lot of gifts throughout his life.
Yeah, I feel like Sam, obviously the biggest one is Jurassic Park for most people, for a lot of people, for me. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I was thinking about this throughout the day, is that sometimes actors don't want to be pigeonholed with just being known for one role. But if that one role is just so iconic, legendary, impactful for just filmmaking in general, if we want to go there with Steven Spielberg and the iconic visual effects and style of Jurassic Park, but also the character he plays and something that he means a lot for a lot of people in that role. So for me, Jurassic Park is a movie that means a lot to a lot of people, and it means a lot to me. So Sam Neill will always be the iconic Dr. Grant for me, and I think that's a beautiful, powerful thing that he can represent for so many people. And for generations to come, I think Jurassic Park is incredible how much it holds up. So I'm hoping he can play that role for a lot of newer generations as well. RB3, how about you?
Yep. Y'all said it better than I could. RP Sam Neill, man. Good dude.
Kiwi, man, New Zealand, represent New Zealand. A lot of Australians were fans of his, so cool to see that side of the world getting some love as well. So
yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't really know a lot of Sam Neill's filmography, so it was good to see that he had made such an impact. And
have you seen Possession?
I don't know if I have.
RB3.
Which one was that one?
RB3, you have to. No, you would know if you had seen it. Yeah. I genuinely highly recommend it for anybody who is going to dive into his filmography. His work in that film is so, so masterful. And honestly, like, it's a film that feels so modern, even though it came out obviously now over 40 years ago. It's ridiculous. So ahead of its time. Definitely check that one out.
Gotta check that. I saw, Hunt for Red October is good one too.
That's an iconic
and
one.
Hunt for the Wilder People as well.
And Hunt for the Wilder People. There you go, two hunts. Yeah, Hunt for Red October, that's a throwback. I was reminded of that the other day when people were talking about his filmography, and I was like, damn, he is in that. That's crazy.
Wait, when he died?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because everybody's rewatching his stuff. Did he die like...
I want to say Sunday?
Sunday?
Oh.
Yeah. Damn, R.I.P., man. 78.
Yeah.
Good age.
Yeah, 78.
Good life.
And he was battling cancer for the last few years, but he was cancer free at this point in his life.
Yeah.
Wow. Tough.
As I said before, man, I still think Jurassic Park is just such a powerful movie. And the role he plays in that, to me, again, just legendary based off that. So shout out to him for that too, because I do think that's something that's very significant. So let's move on to the rest of what we got going on for today in First Cut. Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody else
Is
passed
here?
away.
Oh,
And I don't have another happy song, but you know, shout out to the homie Lindsey Graham. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, who we're celebrating.
Rest in piss. I do think,
Rest in peace.
you know, what a diva trying to upstage Mitch McConnell on his big week. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's really cutting in. You know,
I mean, he's going full zombie mode right now.
McConnell. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, they got.
I think he's
The
walking around.
newspaper,
Yeah, they
the
got him
newspaper picture. Come on.
Yeah, they got him weekend at Bernie's at
For
this
real,
point, you know
dead
what I'm
ass.
saying?
I think that's what's happening right now, which is
That
crazy.
man has been weekend at Bernie's for like the last 5 years. Like he is literal Walking Dead. But you know, shout out Lindsey Graham for being one of the worst people on this fucking planet, and now he's not on the planet anymore. So there we go.
Right. Yeah. You know, he wanted to nuke, he said to nuke Gaza like it was Hiroshima. It's like, bruh, all right. Well, you know, the karma gets y'all. So you gotta be careful what y'all put out there in the world.
Careful what you put out there, 100%. Now we can move on to what we got going on for today. And it's a topic that Sabrina actually wanted to bring up since last week, because we talked about a lot of good TV shows that have been coming up over the week. And that is Apple TV has been doing some good stuff. Sabrina, am I tripping, or were you at an Apple event last night?
I was, yeah.
What was that?
I went to the screening for Lucky at the DGA Theater, and then they had a really, really awesome after party. So we got to watch the first episode, and that's the Anya Taylor-Joy one. I think that's the first time she's executive produced anything. And I was really, really impressed by that first episode. And it genuinely just like, it's something I keep thinking about. So for years, just for the context of this, I had a friend who had Apple TV, and the only thing I had really ever watched on it was Ted Lasso, of course. And I remember she's scrolling through it, and I'm seeing like high quality television starring A-list actors and shows I've never heard of. And so I remember just for fun, I'm just scrolling through and I'm like, what is on this platform? And then of course, like over the last 2 years, I've just been introduced to a little bit more here and there, you know, the studio, different things like that. I still haven't watched Severance, but I know that that's a big one. And I just really appreciate Apple for making high quality stuff, because I feel like a lot of the times we have like Netflix shows look the same. Like they have the same look. They feel pretty flat and dull. And Apple's actually putting in the work to just like even with like Sugar season 2, I kind of just started that one recently as well. And the storytelling, the performances, the cinematography, like they're really hitting all these different calibers that I feel like other platforms definitely need to look out for. The shame is, I feel like I'm not, you know, unique in the fact that a lot of the shows on Apple are just don't get the same marketing or the same recognition, but they're still making them. Like I know you mentioned Silo. I had never heard of Silo until like 2 weeks ago, which is crazy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Silo season 3 right now is going on, which is fun. It's been a blast watching that. I think they're on episode 2, so they're going into episode 3 this week. And that is a really good show. That is a really, really good show. I was definitely skeptical about it because people were telling me about it for a while. And I was a little skeptical just because of the premise. But once I started watching it with Rebecca Ferguson, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like a sci-fi mystery dystopian kind of thing. But it's very much like Mystery Box. So they're trying to figure out what's going on. You're trying to figure out what's going on. And it's really, really well done. So that's probably the top one for me. It's going on right now. But I would say the one Apple TV show that is definitely my go-to, my love, and the one that actually got me on the platform to like pay out of pocket to go see it, is Foundation. The Foundation is an incredible sci-fi show. And if you're talking about big budget, that's a massive size budget. That's like a huge budget, starring really cool actors. That's what I love most about the show, is that they're able to kind of reach out and get some new actors. The big bad is played by Lee Pace, who plays this like evil ancient emperor in the far future. and the actresses in there are really cool. There's speaking of New Zealand, a New Zealand actress is the lead role of that, who plays a mathematician who's trying to predict the future of what's going to happen with this empire, and that's an incredible show. So that's probably what I would put right now as like one of my biggest Apple shows. Is there an Apple show that really stands out for you, RB3?
Yeah, I mean, I love a lot of Apple content, actually. I try to watch at least a couple of their shows like every now and then. I kind of dip in and out. Of course, the one that you and I debated heavily on, Dress Pluribus, behind the scenes, we debated that. We never made a video about it. We could have. That would have been some good content. But I mean, that, you know, that's, you know, I love it, but you know, I see why you might not like. I love everything Vince Gilligan does. So it's phenomenal to me. I love Slow Horses, even though it's a slow watch for me to get through. I mean, they're on season 6 right now, and I'm barely like on season 2. But like, great television. Second, actually, probably the third best. Will Smith is the creator of the show, because there's Will Smith, you know, Big Willie, you know what I'm saying? A Latin.
Baseball.
Yeah, so there's Will Smith for Latin. I'll put number 1. Will Smith baseball from the Dodgers. I'll put number 2. And then Will Smith, the British homie who created Slow Horses, definitely a strong number 3, because that dude's dope. And love Slow Horses. You know, of course, like you said, Ted Lasso is like amazing. Love Hijack. Love Hijack. And actually, Shrinking is one that I've been growing on. I still haven't caught up all the way on that fully. But salute to I keep forgetting. I'm trying to do this new thing on TikTok. Salute to the homie. Who's my homie? Well, my homie Noah Cameras. His girlfriend is one of the stars, Rachel Steinsberg or something like that. She's one of the stars of Shrinking. That's my boy Noah's girlfriend. Salute to him. And also, they film it in South Pasadena, where I work. And I be just seeing Jason Sudeikis like walking like down the street.
Jason Segel?
Or Jason Segel,
I hear that all the time. My friend worked at like a I think it was like a dog food store, and he would walk in always. And so he's just like out and about at Pasadena.
Yeah, nah, I mean, man's brave, no security or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I always say salute to him when I always hit him with the, yo, I love your winning time, you know, like, because I feel like that's a deep cut, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but there's literally so many Apple shows that I could like go through that I've watched that have been good. Some of them aren't great. Like Plutonic, didn't really finish that one all the way through, to be honest.
What is that?
It's one with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne. It's like a comedy.
Oh, Platonic. Yeah.
What did I say? What did I call it?
I think you called it Plutonic, and I was like, Plutonic. What is
I
Plutonic?
mean, you know, same thing, man. I mean, come
same
on.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, nah. And then I liked it, but I couldn't finish it all the way through. One that I want to really finish, I just got to commit to it mentally, is Alfonso Cuarón's Disclosure, with Kate Blanchett, I should say. I mean, it's a star-studded cast. It only got 1 Emmy nomination the year it came out, which is wild. But Alfonso Cuarón wrote and directed this entire series, and I have not had the mental energy to finish it all the way through. So that's on me. But yeah, you know, that's another one that I really love.
Yeah, I think to me, the studio is definitely one of the standouts. I like Ted Lasso, especially like the first 2 seasons of the show. I am going to start WDOWSDAY soon and definitely continue Lucky now that, you know, it kickstarted yesterday. I watched that first episode. I'm definitely going to catch that one weekly. And then Sugar season 2, I'm going to be finishing out. So those are kind of the standouts for me. But yeah, looking overall, like I know I have to watch Severance. I know I should watch Pluribus. And I hadn't even heard of Foundation. But so that's what I'm talking about. Like they have like insane casts and insane creators behind these stories. So I just like really commend them for that versus, you know, some of what we've seen in other places that are kind of lacking some creativity. You know, we talked about the Harry Potter new like reboot that's happening on HBO Max. I would have loved that budget split across, go to some original stories from creators that maybe we haven't really seen too much of. That's something that I would prefer. So I like that Apple's doing that.
Yeah, the best thing about Apple is like you said, is that they don't limit the creativity of their filmmakers. and that they don't limit the budget to the creativity of their filmmakers because they have the budget, obviously, was something that's really special, as I mentioned before with Foundation. And that budget's incredible, and they put it on screen. Every inch of it, every dollar is on screen. It really is worth it. I wanted to correct myself just because I don't want to mess up her name. Lou LaBelle is her name as the lead actress from Foundation. And as I mentioned before, Lee Pace is the villain of that show, and it's incredible. You're right, RB3. We didn't talk about Player Base. We should have. It got a lot of nominations. I still have my hot takes, and I found a couple people who are with me on that show. But it's definitely a show worth checking out, in my opinion. I still think it's a great. Someone said it's one of the best pilots, and it's a great pilot. It's a really, really good pilot. That first episode is a really good job of hooking you into watching the rest of it. But speaking of a ton of nominations, Widow's Bay got a ton of nominations for Emmys. Player Biz got a ton of nominations. RB3, go ahead.
Yeah, I had just started Widow's Bay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I really dug it. Now, let me. Well, first of all, before we get further, we gotta start doing this at the beginning of the show, y'all. But I mean, it's on me too. I gotta start putting it out there. Members, salute to all the members. Salute to all y'all. I gotta read y'all out because y'all always support the show. So, the part of the 824 Avengers, Desmond Kingston, Ulrich 2121, AU4876, Adam Barturlo, Fearless Territory, Brits Bites, Bash 15573, Bash, Candyman, Chalkman, Joseph Weeks, Wiley Todd, of course, Ray Tabin, and of course Burning Ashes Productions, which is myself. And for some of y'all, Brett's Bites, Bash, Candyman, Chalkman, and Joseph Weeks. Ooh, y'all on the 20-day membership. The 28 days is about to hit that month, so. Salute to y'all if y'all want to stay. If y'all don't want to stay, I understand. Times is tough. It's only $4.99. We try to give y'all some stuff, but I gotta be more active for y'all too. We gonna put some bit emojis of all of us soon. I'm gonna draw them out personally, hand drawn. But salute to all the members, and salute to everybody watching on TikTok today. We're popping on TikTok. Salute to Levi Miller. Salute to Felon DeGeneres, Jesus. And then Z Reborn 13, France Cuz 81, and of course Cinema Gorilla is the man. It's funny, like on TikTok Live Studio, they show you like who are your top watchers like of all time. And then number three is like Sabrina. Number 2 is me. And then number 1, Cinema Gorilla, man. So salute to Cinema Gorilla for always looking out for us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in, and obviously appreciate all the members, especially you guys as well. Let's move on to the Emmy nominations. I feel like it fits into this conversation, obviously talking about TV shows. The biggest one, obviously, is the category of Outstanding Drama Series. The nominees were The Diplomat, The Gilded Age, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Paradise, The Pit, Player Abyss, Soul Horses, Your Friends and Neighbors. Any thoughts on those? Quick thoughts on those nominees, guys?
Very interesting that Night of the Seven Kingdoms is considered a in the comedy or in the drama category. I thought people were gonna maybe put that in the comedy since it's 30 minutes. So, but good, or is it a 30-minute show?
It is. It varies, but yes, around there. It's some of the episodes are 35, 36. I think there's like a 40-minute episode, but for the most part, yes, it follows that format.
Yeah, no, I love Paradise. I love The Pit. I love a lot of these shows, so I don't care what wins. It's all great TV in my eyes. But
yeah, Sabrina, what do you think of these?
I actually haven't seen a single one of these.
No way.
Oh,
damn.
No, not a single one. When you were saying that, I'm like, damn, haven't even heard of half of them, but here we are.
That's
really interesting.
That's funny. I think Dan Merrill was saying like a similar thing on his thing. Is like, these are the Emmy nominees that are like 2 or 3 friends at work like recommend, but you know, you never really get around to. Like, this is the entire nominees, like, basically. But nah, I agree. I only watched some of these because Paradise, I love season 1, and
I've heard that's great.
Yeah, and then Paradise was just too good. I mean, for Breaking Bad, my guy. But yeah, so it's all these shows. These are the Pitt. Yeah, you haven't seen the Pitt?
No.
Oh, what's a good one?
I'm a recent Pitt convert.
Okay, and how do you feel about that? Maybe you could convert me.
Yeah, I'm preaching the gospel of the Pitt now. After being a Pitt hater for the longest time, I still think it doesn't hold a candle to Andor, and I'm still think I'm right about that. Which is my biggest issue with the Pitt, was that it was winning over Andor. But it's more like a fun show. It's a very fun, like, drama.
I don't know if I call it fun.
I was just about to say, I've never heard a single person call it fun.
It's very fun. It's a fun ass show. Like, it's nerve wracking.
Stressful though. Yeah.
It's very stressful. I once you get past that though, the characters are so fun.
Okay.
Like, the character interactions are kind of what people are sold on. And they're very, very, it's just really interesting to see what these people are going to do, which is always fun. And how they're going to react to certain situations.
Yeah,
so.
It did lead the nominations this year. I believe it got 25, and then Hacks got 24, and then Widow's Bay, again, shout out. Haven't seen it yet, but I am going to be starting that one. That one got 19, so.
Yeah, it's a great show. I want to say, like, what would you put in here, Sabrina, as someone who doesn't recognize these? I'm kind of curious to see what's a live action show that you really love that should be a good drama show.
I wish Letterboxd had. Something very bad is going to happen. I did really love this year, so like that's something that I would be interested in putting in that. But honestly, like, I started Hacks for the first time just recently.
Oh, so good.
So I'm very behind on a lot of TV. We know, like, I'm not the biggest TV girl. I've actually dove in a lot more over the last few years. But yeah, I think the one that stands out would be Something Very Bad is Going to Happen.
That's a great one. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, when is the cutoff right now? Because I know The Bear came out. I haven't seen the recent season.
So the cutoff is May 30th. So actually, and we'll probably get to the comedy category soon, but ironically, all of the nominations are for The Bear are actually for season 4, not for season 5, because season 5 came out June 6th. So those are going to be counted towards next year's Emmys.
Do you know what the dates are, RB3? Do you know, like, the exact starting point and end point for these are? I always forget.
I don't know when to start. I mean, I'm guessing it's just like a full year round. I know the end point is May 30th. I know the end point was May 30th. So it's like, that was the cutoff. And that's why Widow's Bay actually, only the first 6 out of 8 episodes aired technically during the submission. So it actually got nominated without even the full season being out, which is
well, I heard it just like hit the ground running, that it was just like so good right off the bat.
Yeah, no, I agree. I had saw the first 4 episodes so far, and I'm loving Widow's Bay. If we're talking about real quick ones that I think could slide into best drama, I would have loved to seen Task in there with Mark Ruffalo.
Isn't it nominated? Is it in limited, or am I tripping?
It's a drama show because he's nominated for.
Okay, I thought it was nominated in limited. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, they kind of did that one a little dirty, but I would love to see that one.
It's incredible. That's such a damn good show. Holy shit! I was watching that just because of the ads, to be honest. And then I saw it and I was like, this shit is good. It's a really good ass show. I'm surprised it wasn't nominated, because I thought it would be like a nominated and limited, but I guess I'm wrong about that. But that's a good one, RB3 for sure.
And I'm assuming Euphoria would have been in drama had it been.
It would have.
So that one was one that obviously like didn't make it in. And then Love Story, the JFK and Carolyn Bessette show, I watched that one. I don't think it should be nominated in there, but I did enjoy it.
I think it was nominated for a couple big ones though.
It got a few, but yeah, not that category.
Is there another one, RB3, you were going to say? Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Not in the drama category. I got more in the well, actually, I mean, technically, I wish Heated Rivalry would have been in that conversation, but it just didn't qualify strictly because it's a Canadian show, and like it's only American shows that like qualify for the Emmy.
Interesting.
So.
That was another show I did watch this year. Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. One thing I did want to shout out, and I know you're going to be with me, Sabrina. It doesn't have to be as celebrated as other shows. That's fine, but it's still probably my favorite live action show of last year, and it's Welcome to Derry. I love that show. I think it's so cool. I think it's different. I think the performances are great. I think there's a million categories I can fit into, whether it's visual effects, special effects, direction, performances are incredible. So I would have given that a lot of nominations, and I think it only got one, which is Title Card. which is kind of disappointing in my opinion. So that was my favorite show of last year as far as live action shows. So, and it's great. So that's probably one that I think you would agree with, I think.
Yeah, I am surprised that something very bad is going to happen. Like, I'm not really seeing it anywhere. I don't know if it is, but maybe they just didn't campaign for some of those, like Welcome to Derry. Maybe season 2 we'll see it.
Yeah, it's too bad. I do think I want to say his name is Chris Chalk, the guy who plays Dick Halloran. I think he's great in that show. Yeah. He's great. I think he's the best. And then obviously Skarsgård is really, really good if you want to give it to him as well. And those kids are awesome. I love those kids. So
one more question for the table before we leave drama fully all the way out. Spider Noir, did y'all feel the type of way about?
I didn't see it.
Oh, y'all didn't? Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it. No,
I liked it. I thought it was really good. It got 11 nominations, but all in the technical category. So salute to that.
For sure. Yeah. Shout out to Night of the Seven Kingdoms as well. As someone who's the Game of Thrones guy, I got to give some love to that show. It's a really fun show as well. Real quick to the lead actor in drama lead actress in drama series first, which is Carrie Coon in The Gilded Age, Chase Infinity in The Testaments, Kerry Russell in The Diplomat, Rhea Seehorn in Pluribus, and then Zendaya in Euphoria. What do you guys think of those nominations?
Sorry.
No, you absolutely TV.
No, I love Rhea Seehorn. She should have won for Better Call Saul. So hopefully she wins this year. Though it would be kind of cool for Zendaya to go 3 for 3 for like all seasons of Euphoria too. So it'll be cool for either of those to win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think for Pluribus, she got the SAG last year. That's why I always with TV, the timelines really trip me up on like what's counted. But I know she won there, so I assume, like, I do anticipate that she's going to get this one. But it would be cool to see Zendaya. And she was obviously great this season, even though it was a little bit weaker. But I feel like that does kind of hurt her chances just a little bit more, that like the material wasn't the greatest.
True. 4 episodes that I saw, or 5 that I saw, she was great.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished it for you. But she was great in those 5 episodes that I saw. And Rhea Seehorn is great too. I can't deny that she's pretty amazing in Pluribus. Other ones that I want to see. Oh yeah, how do you guys feel about Chase Infinity? I haven't seen The Testaments, but her getting that nomination as well.
I haven't seen that either, but I believe this is like her TV debut. So it's kind of cool. You got an Oscar nom for your movie. Or maybe she had whatever, but like since then, now it's at least back to back.
You actually reminded me that one random ass Apple show that I saw and I binged in like 2 days. She's in an Apple show and that was her debut, like first ever thing that she's ever done. And it's with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's like a lawyer show. That's one.
Yes. Yep. Okay. I forgot she was in that one. So I guess for, coming off of her Oscars campaign with one battle after another and then getting an Emmy nom immediately, like, of course she's having an incredible year.
Yeah, that's crazy. It kind of blows me away. I have to see this show because I do think that Emmy, that Oscar nomination helped a lot when it comes to this show, because I don't know. Maybe it's great, but it just kind of surprises me how she exploded. She like blew up very fast. But yeah, shout out to everyone else nominated. I feel like it's all pretty fair. Let's move on to Outstanding Lead Actor. Any drama series we have?
I'll also say too, I'm not opposed to just like skipping a lot of these categories too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would take too long if we go through all of them. I agree with you.
All right. Please, I'm down.
Lead actor would be Sterling K. Brown for Paradise, Gary Oldman for Soul Horses, Mark Ruffalo's Task, Rufus Sewell for The Diplomat, and Noah Wiley for The Pitt. What do you guys think of these?
I haven't seen a single one.
Really?
But I'm gonna predict it's gonna be Noah, just because The Pitt has been absolutely dominating.
Yeah, I agree. It probably will be Noah, and he deserves it. Also, because he directed and wrote a few episodes this season.
He's pretty heavy-handed in The Pitt, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, of course,
I think he's like executive producer now too.
Yeah, executive producer. He's writing multiple episodes, directing multiple ones. I'm like, all right, like you're kind of doing too much, honestly. At that point,
yeah. He's doing a lot,
and he's writing his character with the best stuff, and it's like, all right, but it's probably gonna be Noah Wiley. But again, Mark Ruffalo is great in Task, and I love Sterling K. Brown. So,
ooh, he's great in Paradise too. Yeah, I think Sterling K. Brown's it's a really good one for me. And Mark Ruffalo's great in Task too. That homie, I don't is he nominated? The other homie in Task, RB3, do you know?
For supporting actor, yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's great. That guy's good. I forget. I think he's in. You know what show I knew him from?
Mm-hmm.
The Netflix show, The Family Who has a casino in Missouri. What's that show called? Crap. With Jason, not Jason Bateman. Is that his name? Ozark.
Oh.
He's in Ozark. He's great. He's really good in Task. He's definitely one of the standouts in Task. But he plays the brother of the wife. I forget her name. So
yeah, he ends up getting. Well, I don't want to spoil, but yeah.
Do you want to do comedy, guys? Is that something you?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do like the comedy. Yeah.
And like
let's do
limited series too. I don't know, but I mean, I actually don't give it.
Those two. No, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So we have Abbott Elementary. We have The Bear, Hacks. Margot's Got Money Problems. Nobody Wants This. Only Murders in the Building. Shrinking. Widow's Bay. And that is it. What do you guys feel about these?
I've heard Margot's Got Money Problems or Troubles or whatever it is.
I've heard of that too. Yeah.
I really want to check that one out. Hopefully by the time the Emmys actually happen, I'll be able to watch a few of these. But I'm going to root for Widow's Bay only because I heard it's like kind of like Twin Peaksy. Like there's a little bit of those elements in there. And I really love to see that in modern filmmaking. I know Wiley is in the chat and we were talking about like Under the Silver Lake. Whenever people have their kind of like iteration of like some David Lynch type of storytelling, humor, anything like that, it definitely stands out. And I also liked the last season of The Bear a lot more than most people. So it could be cool. It's crazy kind of like how high it started and then it has slowly dipped a little bit in terms of like Emmy love and things like that. But I have to check out the new season.
Yeah, RB3, what do you think?
I did actually. I love Widow's Bay. I think it's great. That one's very questionable in comedy. I mean, it is very funny. I think it's actually funnier than The Bear. But it's also, yeah, it's a horror show. Like it's basically like they set up like things for scares, like basically, or like kind of to freak you out a little bit. So it's like very questionable to be in this category, but it is comedy. It's from a man who directed Atlanta, Hiro Miyuki.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he directed all the episodes in this.
Yeah, Hiro Murai.
So yeah, I forget. Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name, but he is literally such a brilliant director. USC graduate too. Fight on. But great directorially, great style.
He does
funny because of the characters, but also like actually legitimately scary sometimes. So really, really great. I think honestly it's Hacks Awards to lose. Like I don't know if you got to that last season yet, Sabrina.
No, I haven't.
But so good, so emotionally impactful. Honestly, one of the most emotional finales I've seen in a long time. Like literally they nail it so perfectly. I mean, I'd be kind of mad if that lost personally. But yeah, I mean, I would personally kick out some of these and make room for Wonder Man and for there's another show. The Miss Pat show. I'll make room for those two, but I would kick out. I'll kick out honestly half of these.
Which one?
I would kick out for sure Only Murders in the Building because who cares about that one anymore? I do hate to say I know you like The Bear. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I kind of been checked out of it for a while. That's just me personally. And I haven't seen Nobody Wants This, but I heard that one's pretty good. But it's been around. But that's me.
I know there was like the new season of Beef. I still haven't checked that one out either, and I really, really want to. But wouldn't that be considered a comedy?
I think that one's in the limited series category.
Oh,
but why is it a limited series that they have a season 2? I guess I'm just like so not privy to those like Emmy rules.
Yeah,
there's a lot of it. Yeah,
I think it's weird. I think if a show is an anthology, it can be in the limited series category.
That. Okay.
Yeah, because that's why American Horror Story was like running the gambit for like 6 years. But yeah, I mean, Beef was very funny. They had some major snubs with that one, but I love some of these shows. But yeah, some of these are kind of past their prime. Ab is still cool, but that's a veteran show. Maybe they'll get it one day, but I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I'm curious if it still kind of holds up. I haven't seen Abbott Elementary in forever, but definitely curious to see if that holds up.
It's still funny. It's just and they had some good storylines with like the school was like falling apart, so they put the school in like a mall or something like that. So they had some fun, inventive storylines still, even in season 5, but not like, you know, not peak television for sure, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say real fast, Hiro Murai, Atlanta is obviously where I remembered him from, but also Station 11. I don't know if you guys have seen that show. It's a random ass show that no one saw except like me and like 5 other people. But he did the pilot and he did a couple episodes of that, and he's kind of the lead visionary of that. So he's got a very unique style. So I'm definitely curious to see Widow's Bay too, because he plays with tone a lot. Obviously, if you've seen Atlanta, that's kind of what it is too, where it's like a weird comedy, then creepy, then weird again. So I'm definitely curious to see Widow's Bay. But shout out to those. You wanted to do limited series? Let's do that one real quick. Let me see if you guys want to do only big thing from actor in a comedy series is that Yahya Abdul-Mateen II got nominated, which is cool for Wonder Man. I think that's a good one. I think every other nominee is pretty common as far as people who were nominated. And then Anthology limited series, we have All Her Fault, The Beast in Me, Beef. Oh, there you go, Beef. DTF, St. Louis, and then Love Story, John F. Kennedy. How do you guys feel about this one?
Well, the only one I saw was Love Story, and I liked it enough. Hopefully it got some nominations in like costuming and like hair and makeup or anything over there. Like that's definitely where it shines. So I don't anticipate that it's going to like win this one, but it was good.
What do you think of these nominees, RB3?
Totally fine with these. All Your Fault is a very well acted show with a very, very cartoony script, I'll say. You know what I'm saying? But really, really well done with our homegirl Sarah Snook from Succession. Yeah, she's the main star in that, and yeah, she did great. And then Beef is probably my favorite in this category. And they didn't even nominate what I would personally. They did nominate in Best Lead Actor, which is cool, for Riz Ahmed for the show Bait, that Amazon show where he's like trying to audition for James Bond. You know, there's good stuff there. So I really appreciated that. And yeah, besides that, there wasn't that many great anthologies I could really think of that like got snubbed.
Wait, I'm just realizing The Chair Company would be considered in this lineup, and like I haven't.
Yeah, I think The Chair Company was in comedy, but you're right, it didn't get nominated for Best Comedy Series. Yeah.
Like I'm just like honestly Tim Robinson too, like what he did. So for like actor, I want to shout out that one 100%. That would be in Sabrina's Emmy noms, and it would probably be winning across the board.
Yeah. I don't know if I give a shout out to Wonder Man, but shout out Wonder Man. I love that show. Happy enough to see the early screeners of it, and I was loving it, and it was so different. And it was definitely a comedy, so I definitely feel like it's worthy of that. So I don't know if I forgot to do shout out for that one.
No, that's a good one. And well, thankfully, The Chair Company did get nominated in the Best Comedy Directing category, or like Best Director for a comedy series. So it did get some love. So that's cool. And I think the Best Director comedy category is actually like really fun because again, they nominated a show that I love, Miss Pat, which is a multicam sitcom. Like it's a very old school kind of show, but it's like very R-rated. They're like cursing and like, yeah, it's like amazing TV. And I'm so glad they got at least one nomination in the Best Directing category for that show. But yeah, and then for limited series, you know, I would have loved to have seen. Actually, I totally forgot. There was totally another limited series I saw this year, but I forgot. But yeah, they you know, decent nominees. Other quick notables to shout out. Salute to Como Domingo, two nominations this year for both the 4 seasons on Netflix and Best Comedy category, and then also Best Supporting or Best Guest Actor in Euphoria. So Como Domingo had 2 nominations. Jason Bateman had 2 nominations for both Black the show that was called Black Rabbit, and then he had another show that was nominated. And then
Was it that one?
Sorry, which one?
Yeah, St. Louis.
There we go. That one. Yep, exactly. And there's another 2 nominees somewhere too, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
And I think something cool to look at is like the nominations by platform, because it kind of shows, we were just talking about Apple TV, and of course they are in that top 3. So HBO Max has 122 nominations, and The Pitt is on HBO Max, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Definitely spearheading a lot of those. Netflix has 111, Apple TV has 87. So those are the top 3. Really cool.
Yeah, the only other big thing that I wanted to say as well was The Pitt got 4 supporting actress nominations, and I have I have beef with it. I don't know. Shout out beef. Because for me, it's just really weird. So for anyone who watches The Pitt, they know that they have the 2 Indian actresses or of Indian descent actresses and the 1 Filipino actress. They chose 3 white girls out of the 4 who were nominated. And I think it's the weirdest, most blatant thing I've ever seen in my life. Notoriously because the other girls have such major roles, and no offense to the ones they nominated, they have smaller roles and are not as interesting characters in The Pitt. And as a now Pitt fan, I just think it's very strange that they chose to exclude 3 women of color and choose the 3 white women over them. And it's very strange, especially because of a couple of them that they chose are one note kind of nothing characters, in my opinion, over the very intense characters that they have with the other ones that were nominated. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know if you agree over 3, but for me, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I want to 100% agree, but I mean, I definitely see the general point. I mean, some of these could have gone. I mean, I do think homegirl who plays Dr. Mel is good because I don't think she's on the spectrum in real life. So like she kind of does, or maybe she is. I don't know. But you're right. I mean, it's funny. The Pitt is purely based on what I think the studio submits for those categories. So it could just be what the studio submitted. Some people, that's what people kind of low-key criticize Noah Wyle for, is like, for some reason, the episodes that he writes, he's always like yelling at women of color or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they keep saying, like, I don't know. Again, a little bit of a stretch, but I don't, I like the show. I will say that another interesting story with The Pitt for Best Guest Actress, there was an actress, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, and it's not even showing on the deadline, but there was an actress who was not submitted by The Pitt, like, producer team. She self-submitted herself for Best Guest Actress and actually ended up getting nominated.
I think her name was Brittany Allen.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I saw that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's a cool story. Very like Melissa Leo kind of story. When she won her Oscar. But yeah, it's, The Pitt has a lot of acting opportunities. They definitely could have awarded more people of color. I agree with that.
Yeah, I just think it's weird. I just feel like the ones that were nominated are lesser characters, in my opinion, than the ones we know. Dr. Melhan for me is just superior to all the women other doctors, and she has a major role in that show, and she wasn't even nominated. So
yeah, well, they say she's not even. Is she even returning for season 2? I don't even know if she's
not returning either, which is another kind of weird fishy thing that's been kind of going on behind the scenes as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a lot of weird. I don't know. I think it's very weird, and I think it's very apparent, especially because, in my opinion, they just have way bigger roles in season 2 than the ones they nominated. So. But that's the only other thoughts I have as far as Emmy nominations. Hopefully that'll be good. So let's move on to what we have else coming up, and that is the trailers, RB3. We had a couple trailers. Which trailer do you guys want to talk about? So we had Tony Gilroy's Behemoth teaser come out. This is the Pedro Pascal movie that is coming out with homegirl from that one movie that everyone saw.
Victor.
Yes.
Sorry, baby.
Yes. How'd you guys feel about this teaser? I'll start with that one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer a teaser 100% because you guys know I'm not a big trailer person.
Good point.
But I want something to just sell me on the vibe of a story, and from what I'm seeing, I'm already interested in. I know Olivia Wilde is having a really good year coming off of like The Invite, and I know we have I Want Your Sex coming up, and then now this one too. So I'm excited to see how she's going to kind of tackle this other role. But those are kind of my thoughts with that one.
Yeah, what do you think, RB3?
I will be honest. I did not see this one.
It's okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of the idea of Tony Gilroy, Pedro Pascal, Emma Victor?
I mean, yeah, that's a money combo. That's a money combo. It's 20th Century Searchlight, so I'm not gonna get dinged on the copyright. Yeah, I mean, it's looking good. Looks good. Violin stuff. You dig what I'm saying?
Cello, I think.
The cello, same thing. Yeah, dang, TikTok can't even see this. Okay, I'm about to make sure TikTok, you about to be in the game in a second. But yeah, I'm liking it. It's a good looking film for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think mainly because of Tony Gilroy and Pedro. That team up is very interesting to me. Digger, this has been a movie that has been promoted like crazy. Finally got a trailer this week. This is Alejandro Iñárritu's new film starring Tom Cruise. What do you guys think of this trailer?
Well, first of all, I'm mad that everybody and their mama seem to got an invite to this Tom Cruise event except for us guys, dog it. I mean, there's a bunch of people. Okay, I'm not gonna keep talking, but I mean, we low key birthed a lot of these people out here, man. I wish some people would start giving us credit for like how much we done influence some of the youth out here, man. But yeah, I mean, salute to that dumb event. I got to meet Tom. Cool, good for you. Woo woo. And then with this, the trailer was cool. Yeah,
I find okay, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I do find like the trailer launch events to be a little bit gimmicky. There's been so many of those over the last few years. And it's like, you want me to get into a room at like 7 a.m. to watch a trailer and then go home when it's just going to be out on YouTube in a little bit. Like, I get it. Cool. You're like hanging out with Tom Cruise for a second. I don't know. I'm just drop the damn thing and then let us like move forth. I'm also just over, I know we talk about this all the time, but just all the influencer stuff. So that kind of stuff, like, it really does sour me on the actual like product. The Dune one looked a little bit more interesting because they had a panel, they discussed some stuff, even though they had an influencer moderating that one. And it's not even a film influencer. It's just very, very interesting, the choices that are made sometimes with these kind of things. But yeah, that definitely soured me on it a little bit. But overall, like, I'm still excited to see the film. The cat looks crazy, but I don't know. I'm a cat lover, so I love to see a cat in movies anytime.
Yeah, I'm with you on everything you guys said. I feel like the influencer trailer launch is interesting. I also feel like it's kind of interesting, like you said, RB3, that everyone's just shaking hands with Tom Cruise and getting pictures. Sure, I guess that's what we're doing now. It feels a little weird. I'm also like the last person on earth. I posted this on Twitter and I got hate, but I'm also the last person on earth who still low key doesn't fuck with Tom Cruise. I still kind of don't like the guy. And I know everyone loves Mission Impossible.
That's why we weren't invited.
Yeah, I know, it's my fault, bro. It's my fault. I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with Tom Cruise, bro.
Why? What did he do?
Bro, he did a lot of shit, bro. Yeah, he did a lot of dirty shit.
Jump on the couch or?
No, the Scientology shit. He's done a lot of weird ass shit to a lot of women. And I think it's kind of weird that everyone kind of ignores it because he jumps out of planes. But that's just me. That's just me being a hater, and I get it. I'm the only one. Not everyone has to agree with me. I don't give a shit. I'm not mad at you. But for me, it's just like, I don't know, him. It just looks so silly to the point that I'm just like, I don't know what he's trying to do. I think he's just trying to do the most, and that's fine if that's what he wants to do, but it just doesn't excite me in any way. Yeah, that's just me. I don't know. Again, you know me, bro. I'm gonna be old man about this shit.
Yeah, again, I just think, like, especially for a film like that, it's so weird to have the whole trailer launch influencer thing, because I don't know how, I mean, I feel like I know enough about how like general audiences are, because again, I was working in like film marketing for years, but I have never seen a random influencer be like, oh, you know what, you gotta check out this movie, and then actually had like made me want to go see it or be interested in it at all. When somebody talks about it, and it's like thoughtful discussion or just anything slightly informed versus like a 30-second ad while you're scrolling on TikTok. So I just think that some of the marketing strategies and like evolving to social and how that's all working out and that influencer bubble popping, I feel like that needs to be taken into account. And also the room needs to be read on like what film it is that you're promoting. I understand if it's like Jackass, okay, because like what are you going to say about Jackass? But for like Dune, Digger, I'm like, I just expect a little bit more.
Yeah, it kind of takes us back to a conversation RB3 and I had 2 weeks ago. What, RB3? Where we talked about this. Sabrina, you weren't there. I believe this was one of the Mondays or Tuesdays, I'm sorry, that you couldn't make. As far as us, like where do we fall right now? Like what is going on with us? As far as influencer, reviewer, critic, like I don't know. But it definitely does bring up some mixed emotions that we may have on the influencer community.
Well, because ultimately, like, it is very different because people can get paid, even if they don't like the movie, they can get paid like a huge amount of money just to literally do a video like, hey guys, I just saw this trailer. There's that guy that like always just like films his screen. I don't know if you guys see that and does like voiceovers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's like a big person that every single studio taps into for some reason. And he's not like, he has like decent commentary. This is not a shot to him at all. But like, it's just so funny. Like, it's just him recording like his monitor going like, you guys got to check out this trailer. It's about this. Okay. And like, they're paid for that. And it's like, damn, we could have went that route, I guess, 5 years ago. And, you know, but instead we talk. And so that's what they don't like. They don't like that we talk because then conversation's nuanced.
Yeah, we didn't sell out. We didn't, you know, make the easy, you know, do trailer reactions and like do all that like stupid stuff to like get super far. I mean, I think we did it the honest way, but I mean, I definitely, it does hurt. But I mean, at the same time though, the trailer itself was cool. It was actually pretty good. I mean, you know, Alejandro G. Iñárritu, he's going to be weird. He's going to give you that weird stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think he, the gray desaturation of film Twitter was talking about, oh, why don't we put color in movies anymore? I think this a choice. It's going to be a very intentional choice. Doesn't kind of look like Don't Look Up in a way, like kind of tonically? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But
yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
I mean, sure. It's like silly. Like it's like extremely silly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see where you're coming from with that. And we have a comment from ABCDE saying, "Clock it, Ace. One of the writers of Digger is a famous right-wing Mexican lady."
Oh,
if true, we hate to see it. I believe you. I just don't know. We hate to see it.
Yeah, I think the rich guy aspect thing too is, I don't know. I just find it weird, and I also, I don't know. It just didn't excite me in any way. So that's just me, but. It is kind of interesting for sure.
It's kind of, I mean, it's like that movie Bardo that he kind of put out a couple years ago. Did y'all watch that on Netflix or?
I didn't see that, but I saw clips of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like another one of the movies that's just very experimental about a complex, you know, kind of a piece of crap dude, and that's what, you know, Alejandro he loved doing with especially like Birdman and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's a good point. He also does that with a little bit with The Revenant as well.
Yeah. So, decent.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And I know we dived into a little bit of the influencer marketing aspect of it, but it is interesting to see what you said, RB3, like who gets invited and who gets a say. And I think that the weird part for me is like when they choose kind of like weird people to do like promos for movies. I swear I saw like kind of like a low key, I don't want to put anyone on blast right now, but I saw kind of like a low-key weird dude do a promo for Supergirl. And I'm like, this is the kind of dude who would hate Supergirl because there's a woman in it, but he's promoting Supergirl because they paid him. And it's that kind of like, that's when I'm just like kind of scratch my head. At least get someone who fits the narrative, but they got like kind of a weird dude to do a Supergirl promo.
I do think it's extremely disingenuous to get somebody to be a vessel to promote your movie and just like saying whatever it is to get that check or whatever. I have such a problem with that, and that's why I'm very, very selective about the people that like I follow. I think there's a huge difference, and you could see it unfortunately with, colleagues of your guys's, especially back in the day. I joined on like pretty late, but there's a lot of people, even like Perry Nemiroff, shout out Perry Nemiroff always, who has so much to say. Her commentary is incredible. And she is not just a vessel to promote films. She's actually promoting just discussion about film and like uplifting certain type of storytelling. And I find that to just be so much more interesting than, again, like you're saying, like sometimes it's just like somebody got to check. It's not even like part of their brand or anything, the brand that they've established for themselves. So hopefully we just do a little bit better in the future. I don't know. But I will say, because I talked about Jackass, I don't know if you guys watched the recent one. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I did like a lot of their marketing. It was really just focused on like fun. I was driving down the street and I was actually passing like Paramount Studios to get to Larchmont. And then I saw them driving past in this like huge truck and they were filming and they ended up putting that video out on socials. And, I think a lot of their marketing was very authentic compared to, some of this.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of trailers, we got one more to get to, and I wore my I wore my Johnny shirt for a reason. I'm wearing the Johnny shirt right now, for anyone who doesn't know, and that's because of Dune 3. We got a new Dune trailer. This came out last week. What did you guys think of this new trailer?
Can I go first?
Oh yeah. I mean, I really love this trailer. I mean, it's the good stuff. I'll probably stop it. I'll probably stop watching trailers after this one.
Yes, me too.
Because we're getting a lot of info now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jason Momoa, of course, we get the return of him in the trailer. Kind of narrating. It's like, oh, what is Duncan Idaho still doing here? I'm kind of curious to see how that plot unfolds. Of course, Florence Pugh is pew-pewing all them checks right now. So she really is cooking. Yeah, it's really good to see. I love seeing everybody just shining in the 21st century. I hate to say, maybe it is our new Star Wars. I mean, people said it on Twitter too, but I think it is remarkable. Like 5 movies and or 3 movies in like 5 years or 6 years. Like that's pretty incredible.
And at that scale too, and just the sheer quality of it, absolutely.
Yeah,
it is remarkable.
Now they do cheat. Now the Dune trilogy do be cheating us because they be like, oh, we're gonna have a big action scene, but then they cut to like a little 30-second montage of an action scene, and then it's like, oh, we're back to talking. It's like, wait, hold on now. Like I done waited 2.5 years. I want to see a war. God dang it! So I'm hoping that this movie kind of at least gives us a little bit more of that. Like I just want pure action. I know Denis Villeneuve's not that guy. Maybe it's not, but I at least I want like enough. Maybe not enough. Let me not say it. I love intelligent sci-fi. Keep giving me intelligent sci-fi, but at a certain point, I also want to see a full 30-45 minute turn my brain off battle, and I'm hoping Dune 3 could deliver that for me.
I kind of think it's gonna do a Dune 2 again, man. Where the scale is there and you see it and it's a battle and it's amazing, but it's like 2 minutes. But I'm with you,
RB3. That's not the story. And he's not the filmmaker to like do that.
So I think so. Yeah.
I actually I want to rewatch David Lynch's Dune. I've been meaning to for like a while. But yeah, I agree with you guys on like, I wouldn't have watched this trailer except we were talking about it. And so I kind of like barely like I'm watching and I'm like, let me just see that cinematography. Let me see the performances. I'm really looking forward to this one as always. I do wish and hope that, moving forward until we get that release, that they do kind of scale back the marketing. We already have 2 films that, they are being spearheaded by top tier talent. Now we have Robert Pattinson joining, Zendaya again this year. And so I just want to get more like vibes, give us those shots, lean into what we want to see without kind of just displaying the whole story in 2.5 minute trailer. I don't want to see that. But yeah, really looking forward to this one.
I agree. I think this is the perfect amount of like exposition what they're showing us, and I hope there's still plenty more in the film, and I'm pretty confident there will be, especially since this is Denny. That's what he's known for. But I'm with you, RB3. The biggest thing that stood out to me was Duncan Idaho. What the hell's going on? It looks like he's going to be like secondary in this movie, kind of playing a secondary lead to Timmy. So I'm definitely curious what they're going to do with that character, and I still think it's funny. Pew is going back to back, bro. Yeah. Literally same day.
Oh yeah, she is in Doomsday.
Same
dang.
Day, bro.
Oh freak.
She's like, whether you pick whatever you choose, I win.
Yeah.
So crazy, man. Yeah. Shout out Florence Pugh. She's getting W's. Yeah. Which yeah, go ahead.
Oops. Wait, can y'all hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, no. Which, by the way, she looks amazing in that Dune trailer. I do kind of hope she had a little bit to do in part one, but I'm hoping that this one is really like a showcase of what she can really do. Because in Doomsday she's not really gonna be acting like that. But man, that's Sorry, you're gonna transition.
Yeah, I was going to transition because obviously Doomsday, this leads us into Doomsday. Yelena Belova is in Doomsday. That is the news that is coming out. Now I'm playing. That is the news. We got our first concept art look into Avengers Doomsday. There was a presentation, I believe, in China that Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth were at, or that they were at least promoting, and Kevin Feige was at, talking about Doomsday and what to expect in Doomsday. But we got our official first concept art into what it's going to look like. Sabrina, the biggest Doomsday fan here, what did you think of this concept art?
I mean, it's all right. It's the usual floating heads. And obviously we're getting all the people that we expected to be in this movie. Like, we knew they were coming. Cool to see some of them, but honestly, none of this is really exciting me at all for this film. Like, I'm just kind of over it, and maybe I'll be converted by the time the movie comes out, but I don't know. I'm going to go into it with an open mind, as I always do, but I think they're kind of like dropping the ball on this one just a little bit.
RB3, what'd you feel about this concept art?
Yeah, I concur, and I'm going to try to put it on screen to hopefully so we can all look at it together. Yeah, I concur, man. I mean, this is what is this, a mayo sandwich? I mean, Jesus, how many white people can you put on one poster? Good Lord. I mean, I'm gonna zoom right into the middle here, right? Chris Hemsworth, and we got Steve Rogers' whole old haircut. Like, I do not want to see this bearded, ugly Steve anymore. Like, what are we doing? I thought we were done for that for like one movie, and we're going with that. I guess maybe they're gonna explain what happened in between that time. That could be kind of cool. But I'm just saying, look, Thor white dude, Captain America white dude, Robert Downey Jr. white dude, Pedro Pascal. He's Pedro Pascal. Kind of almost there though. Paul Rudd, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour, What's a Riot, even the little homie Bob. There you got Bob in the tiniest corner. You got like zoom in on.
That who that is? Yeah. I was thinking, I'm
Louis
like,
Pullman.
Yeah.
Okay, Louis Pullman. Who's the girl in between David Harbour and Wyatt Russell?
Is that Yelena?
No, that's they got Yelena, and then they got Ghost.
Ghost. That's my girl.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
So Ghost is there, white, like all white on this side.
Got Channing Tatum. Shout out to Green. We love that movie.
Yeah,
I will say he was like the best part.
No, he was. Slipped out my buttery nuts. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's wilding. But then and then
Shang-Chi. Sorry, I'm looking at this. This is crazy. Shang-Chi's just like in the corner. Like, it looks, something I want to say really quickly. It just like does not look cohesive. These characters, some of them do not look like they should be in the same room. And I think that's what I'm going to be fighting against in my head. Like, it's going to be jarring to kind of see Shang-Chi with like Professor X. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. I was jarred when I saw Rebecca Romaine's return as Mystique. Yeah. I mean, they was talking about, we made the makeup simple. We made it easy for the makeup to happen. Like, gosh dang, like this what
looks pretty bad.
If y'all gonna cheap out on the makeup, at least make it CGI, god dog it, so I can like at least imagine it's somewhat of a like, what the heck is this, bro? Like, this ain't even, and it's not even Rebecca Romaine's fault. Salute to her for getting a check. But gosh, dog, like what are y'all designing over there, Marvel? Like, y'all laid off your whole team. Yeah, this whole all white X-Men cast here too. And
makeup department got like $5 to give $500 million to Tony Stark.
Yeah, I'm
to
like,
Robert Downey Jr., bro.
Yo, they gave all the money to T Stark, man. And then we got a little POC corner over here. So we got Shang-Chi, tiny font. We got our Black Panther cast, which is like crazy because there's like a $2 billion franchise. And they in the tiniest font. So we got our POCs, our Wakanda, our Shang-Chi. We gotta scroll all the way up to see Anthony Mack. I don't even know if he counts as black anymore. And then Joaquin literally in the corner, you can't even see brother's face. Like, I gotta zoom in all super tight. Like, none of this is making sense, bro. Like, none of this is valid to me. You know, and they had another lowkey. I think them putting lowkey in here is kind of fun. Like this little lowkey right in the middle there. But besides that, man, kind of trash. Like, I'm kind of over this.
It looks. Yeah, it looks bad. And someone said like the average age is like 60, which is like insane. Like, mainly because of the Xavier and Magneto being extremely old. Which is, I think, I want to say that's my biggest gripe. And I've said this since they announced it, bro. I don't like this X-Men idea again. I feel like we got the final goodbye a million times already. Days of Future Past did it. And then we get another goodbye, but except we're combining the universes. But then we're going to reboot it like literally in a week with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. How we're going to get Scott Summers, like, this version of Scott and then another version of Scott with Jean Grey, Sadie Sink, which is the rumor, in like a week. It just doesn't make sense to me. And it just kind of frustrates me that they're doing that.
Yeah. And also, like, even just taking care of the characters. It's been so many years since we've seen Shang-Chi like be any actual part of the films. Like, I would have loved to see another one of those before.
What has it been? How long has it been? Like 5 years? 4 years? 5 years?
Yeah. And so it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, I want to see him again. I want to see a lot of these characters before something like this. It feels very like slopped together, haphazard. Not a lot of thought put into this. But again, I think Robert Downey Jr.'s casting, that set the tone for me. That was just like, all right, I don't think I'm going to be too impressed by a lot of the announcements from this film.
Yeah, that took me out.
Yeah.
Yo, for real quick, I shout out my boy J-Rob. J-Rob watching on TikTok. Salute to J-Rob, man. My old coworker. Salute to you, brother. Miss you, man. Miss you. My boy's in New York. I mean, this is cool. They're going the safe route. I mean, it's like y'all said. I mean, it's like they are running out of creative juices and they're just going like the most desperate measure possible. The X-Men thing is trash. The
Robert Downey Jr.
Downey Jr. of it all is trash.
Chris Evans, real Captain America, so people can be like, real Captain America, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
garbage, bro.
You know, some of the Chris Evans entices me a little bit because this hairstyle, even though how trash it is, and I hated it when he pulled up in Infinity War with it. I guess it's implying that we're gonna see some of that story. I guess it's also implying that they're saying Steve Rogers is going to create Dr. Doom in a way, like that's what the leak or the plot is kind of insinuating. So I'm very curious to see like what they kind of do with that whole thing. But I just wish we would have got one Avengers movie with my boy Anthony Mackie as the main cap, you know?
Yeah. I hate it. I nothing about it excites. I'm talking about Captain America specifically. Nothing about Captain America, Chris Evans, excites me anymore. And that's just me being completely honest. It just really is weird that they brought him back again, especially with the goodbye that he had.
I'm so over the goodbyes. And then it's like, it's no longer emotionally impactful by any means, especially on like rewatches. It's like Iron Man, not impactful, or I guess Robert Downey Jr. in the MCU. And then, same thing with Cap, same thing with Professor X, seeing him die like 4 times. I'm just really over it by this point. There's no stakes because they can find some type of loophole to bring someone back. And then obviously we have so many other characters that are going to be in this one. And I'm like, how much, because I think you brought it up, Andres, like if we had one Avengers movie, at least with like the current lineup before we start bringing in old X-Men and this and that, I just feel like it would have been a little bit of a cleaner transition that I'd be a little bit kinder to. But yeah, just as it stands, it feels like fake. It literally feels like the fake trailers you'd see on Facebook that like your old classmates or like your aunt is sharing, and it's like High School Musical 4, and it's like horribly Photoshop Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens or whatever. That's what this feels like.
It really does, and that's it's very disappointing. It's also like a lot of dudes in here. There's so many powerful women inside the MCU, but they chose to exclude the majority of them. Obviously, the biggest ones for me are Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau. I think it's kind of insane how they're like two of the most powerful characters in the MCU, but they chose to at least not put them in this poster or not promote them as being in the movie. Maybe they're going to be in the movie, but probably not going to be any major roles. But it just feels weird when you have Tiana and when you have Brie Larson as potentials to be in there as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Tiana Paris is going to be in it. I mean, she low-key has to be. I mean,
I think she has to be. Yeah.
Yeah, because the way they set that up.
But then again, you never know with Marvel, bro. Just never know. I could see them writing. They wrote out Kang like nothing. Not even bring him up.
Oh yeah, that's a different situation. But I think
that's true. But I'm just saying they can write out like anybody.
Yeah, they can write it out. I think Tiana Paris is definitely showing up. Brie Larson is probably more questionable.
I hope it plays a major role. I hope Tiana especially plays a major role.
Yeah, she has to. I mean, like, there's literally no way. I mean, if they have Beast in the poster, like, literally the scene we saw Beast was from her in credit scene in her movie. So it's like I don't see how that's not gonna happen. But you know, and they say this. You know, the one thing about the Russo brothers, you know, they gon' tie back into some deep cut bull nonsense, and they gonna force us to rewatch like Thor 2 or some movie we kind of hate. So you know, they're good for that.
Wait, what did they say it's tying into?
Well, they just said it's going to tie into everything. They said it's tying all the loose threads.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's tying into Thor 2 specifically.
No, well, you know, Endgame had tied into Thor 2 with the...
Oh, it did, you're right.
Yeah, so it's like they said this one's already going to be like super, I don't know. They're going to fix the MCU.
I think I need to like rewatch all of them. And I was such a big fan. I've seen, especially in those like first few phases, like I've seen all the films so many times, and yeah, I feel like it's so convoluted. I feel like there should have been that chapter ending, starting a new chapter, and then going from there. And like obviously some of these characters are still going to exist, like Thor or whatever, but they needed a refresh, and I fear that it's now too late to do another refresh after this because they started to set up some type of refresh like prior to this. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I think they need to build something new. And I think it's Disney right now. And this kind of goes back to Star Wars. It connects back to Star Wars with Mandalorian and Grogu for me. And with a lot of what Star Wars is doing. Back to the Disney fear, I want to say. And the kind of reactionary attitude that they have towards Twitter trolls. Literally Twitter trolls, and they're kind of afraid of them for some reason, and they feel like they need to course correct somehow because someone got mad at Kamala Khan being in a movie. I don't know. It's just they listen to like the weirdest people that I just don't understand what they're doing, and they're like, oh, we got to bring back the Captain America that everyone loves, and it's like, no, we don't. We can move on, and we could start something new, and I think I think they're dead ass afraid at creating a universe that doesn't star a white dude. I'm not even being, facetious. I'm not even joking. I think that's a big part of it. We still had a
bunch of white dudes that they could have just like continued on with, like we said, like Chris Hemsworth was going to be there.
Chris Hemsworth was, yeah.
Ant-Man was still going to be there without bringing back like the heavy hitters from that first part that you closed the chapter on. So
I think the heavy hitters is the biggest aspect though, because I think Ant-Man doesn't count. Thor does count. I would definitely say Thor.
No, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I fully understand that. But then that's why like you're limiting your possibility for growth, because now it's like, what are you going to just keep relying on Chris Evans for the entirety of the MCU? Is he going to be in like 2 decades from now still being like making little appearances here and there with your like superheroes or something. Like, where is the limit? So instead of nurturing new characters and actually like thinking ahead on where these people can grow, making them heavy hitters, you're just overly relying on like nostalgia at this point. And it's like, it's such a shame because we're talking about nostalgia from not that many years ago. So the fact that you're already pulling the nostalgia card, come on.
Yeah, it's the Moana 2 thing all over again. It's like, Moana 2 is just Moana was just 10 years ago. Moana 2 was just a year and a half ago. Like, of course ain't no nostalgia for that. Like, like we just saw it. We ain't never left. We can't miss nothing that ain't never left. So it's like the same thing with the MCU. It's like we can't have this whole big nostalgia thing that they're kind of going for just as quickly. It is just like, it feels like a desperation move. The artwork looks like a desperation move. Again, I could be totally wrong when we see the movie, and I'm still hyped for the movie. Like, I'm hyped for the movie. They got to give us a good trailer, though. I mean, enough of this 4-part little mini, this is Thor's kid, and like, no, enough of this mystery stuff. Give me a trailer. Like, it's July, gosh, dog. If this movie comes out in December, like, enough teasing me. I want a real trailer to know what's going on.
Do you think it's going to come in a Brand New Day?
Yeah, probably Brand New Day.
Before Brand New Day?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just feel like they had more confidence in what they were trying to create, and I think the true testament of the failure of the MCU, in my opinion, a lot of the failure in the MCU is still Quantumania. I still think that's like one of the worst movies they've ever made. And for some reason, instead of blaming Quantumania, they blamed the Marvels. And I wonder why they chose to blame the Marvels over Quantumania. But I think it's an underlying factor of over the top comedy, no stakes kind of attitude and nothing really matters kind of attitude that they had in Quantumania that people didn't like. And instead they were just like, people don't want to see women. People don't want to see people of color anymore. And it's like, that's what they took away from instead of like the weird over the top, nothing matters attitude in Quantumania that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including me, because I did not like that movie.
So is Eternals dead in the water? Like, we're never
Eternals
seeing
is dead.
That completely gone? Okay.
Yeah. Eternals is dead. I don't know what's going to happen to Kamala Khan. I don't know what's going to happen to Moon Knight. She's going to be in it? Okay.
She's not going to be in this one, but I can almost guarantee you Secret Wars she's going to be in that one.
I don't know. Like, I really, like, I could say, like, I can't guarantee anything now with MCU anymore, because for me, the MCU, I could see them doing shady shit, bro. They did shady shit before, so I can definitely see them being shady. Cutting out Eternals, maybe even cutting out Kamala. I don't know.
They would never cut. I don't think they would ever. I personally don't ever think they would cut out Kamala because she's just such a big fan. She would damn near do it for free. Iman Vellani, I say.
But I don't think that matters to them. To do it for free.
Aren't like America Chavez, her Florence Pugh, like, aren't they going to be doing like Young Avengers type vibe? No.
Yeah, that's what.
Not anymore, I guess.
Like Secret Wars, right?
That's what when they leaked that Secret War concept art, that's what they showed of like the Young Avengers team is going to be Kamala Khan, Wickham from the what's that one? Agatha, and then Kate Bishop, and then
but that wasn't official. That was just something that they thought of.
They say that's not official, but
they said it was just an idea they had and they scrapped it.
Bull crap.
I was gonna say, I think there's a lot of benefit to like moving forward with that, because I know that actor. You said his character's name was Wickham.
Yeah,
Wickham. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like that actor has like a huge following, so that's again what we're talking about with like nurturing some of those like younger characters and getting people to actually be attached to somebody outside of Steve Rogers and like Iron Man or Robert Downey Jr. in any iteration, I guess, in this universe anymore. So I feel like there's opportunity there, and it would be a shame if they just didn't explore that at all.
It would be a shame, but again, I think Disney is shameless right now. I don't know. That's why I'm like kind of afraid that I could see them doing kind of shameless, shady stuff. And I'm hoping they don't, but I really do. I I could see that, and I think it's kind of disappointing. But I do hope that that is the case because I do think they have a lot of potential. Specifically, Kamala Khan, I think she is still the highlight of the Marvels, and she's the highlight of a lot of MCU stuff recently. And I think I loved Wiccan, and I think he was great in Agatha, and I think that's a great power set too. It's like cool, and it looks cool on camera, and I think that could be really interesting. So I hope they don't scrap the in freaking Sochi. I think Sochi's everywhere. Like they need to take advantage of her, and her powers are cool too.
Yeah, her so I don't know.
Hopefully they bring her back.
Her,
that's what I'm saying. Like her, you don't know about. That's kind of my thought too. Is like I don't know about it either.
I just assumed that America Chavez was like part of that because I actually didn't see any of that concept art. That would be ridiculous. See, that's the thing I'm hearing. Like all of this,
right?
He says, "Why are you setting up these characters for 2 seconds?" Yeah. And then just like ditching them just because, maybe they're not getting like, that's the thing. It's like when Iron Man first came out, when Captain America first came out, like we didn't have such an influx of these movies every single year. And it was more of a moment. But that's the thing. It's like you have to replicate that, like make these more of a moment, actually like be introducing these characters and knowing that there's going to be substance to them in the future. If I'm seeing somebody be a throwaway character in like a TV show or a side character in a Doctor Strange movie, but then we're never going to see them again. Like, what was the point?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying it would be ridiculous if they get rid of characters like America Chavez, like Kamala Khan, like Wiccan, if you want to include them. I just think it'd be silly. But again, I could see them doing silly things.
Yeah, and then real quick, I'm just gonna flash it for the people who just don't know what we're talking about when I say it's concept art. This was like leaked, I think, early last year. And then again, the Russo brothers said this was not their concept art. They claimed that it was an idea, but they scrapped it, right? Yeah, I don't believe that for a second, honestly, because if like production, I just feel like they already spent money probably making the CGI for like all this. I don't think they scrapped this. And I think especially given that all of these characters just so happen to be characters and actors who weren't in the set chairs, who aren't in this concept art, and like and just seem like it just seems like a plot. It seems like to me a logical plot would be like, yeah, all the old guys. It's kind of like a inverse of like Avengers Infinity War, right? Like the old guys, all the young people died in Infinity War, and then all the old guys had to take over. I kind of feel like it kind of makes sense of like all the old guys end up dying, like all the old X-Men, all the old people end up dying, and then the next movie is like the young generation, like the young Avengers having to come back, scrap together, and like make something work. I don't know. That just makes sense like logically in my head, But again, I could be wrong. They could totally ditch everything. I hope they don't, though. Hope they don't.
Yeah, I hope they don't, because I do feel like they need to win back the new generation. How do you guys feel about that? I think there was a producer or an executive producer that mentioned that Gen Z isn't really vibing with superhero movies anymore. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard about that, but I completely understand why. Like, as somebody who did grow up loving all of this, like, I don't even care about it anymore. So, like, they're not putting out the quality of work that would get someone to be on board or care. And so maybe when that happens again, I think like Spider-Man, as far as like Marvel goes, Spider-Man really is kind of like that little shining beacon. And obviously we'll see how this next one does. I anticipate that's going to do extremely, extremely well and be like, because this didn't Destin Daniel Cretton do this recent one?
Yeah, he did.
That's coming out. Yeah. Like, I think he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal filmmaker. So I anticipate people are going to be into that. And maybe then that will then bleed over into other Marvel stuff. But I understand, like, I know Gen Z is kind of like going into some of that, like obsession, back rooms. Like we saw all of that. But I think it's like unique, interesting storytelling. So once they inject that into the superhero genre again, maybe Clayface will be something that'll kind of get people on board. But yeah, because it's just tired right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the kids, I'm going to just call them the kids. The kids love Spider-Man. Like, it's crazy how much Tom Holland Spider-Man does represent this new generation. Gen Z, and then the other generation, which I forget what it's called. Gen Alpha, maybe?
Alpha? Yeah.
Alpha, yeah. I think both of them. And I think they have that connection with the new Spider-Man. So that is definitely the shining beacon. And I think that's what Kevin Feige is trying to tap into when it comes to audience-wise. And I'm sure he's going to be on the lookout to see what worked and what didn't work in that movie. and I'm sure it's going to work for the most part. For most people. So yeah, fingers crossed, because I do think they need to build something new. I think it's kind of ridiculous if your average age of your movie is like 58 or 60. It's kind of insane. And I think that you need to have a new generation in there as well. So
yeah, for sure. Real quick before we dip, the YouTube chat's been very, very active. Thank y'all. Make sure, again, y'all hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. TikTok's been popping too. Salute to everybody watching on TikTok. John, or for one, Wiley Todd. Oh, man, we had a lot. Sorry, I'm going to go through these real quick. Joseph Ashley said they did the Mitch McConnell doing the Thriller dance. I'm crying. John Lee said, I wish Industry got nominated and Anthony Starr got a nom. I do agree with that. I think Anthony Starr from The Boys deserved a nomination. I mean, never to win, but he was definitely overlooked in all 5 years he played that character. I got nominated. Surprised Ben Kingsley's didn't. Ben Kingsley, he was all right. John Lee also said task in the season 2. Wiley Todd said just got out of the invite. Sada, Chef Kiss. Oh, like Sade, like Shada. Yeah, no, the invite was amazing.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was amazing. I love that movie. Demonte Hadley said, welcome to Derry just looked pointless. It was already around for thousands of years, so how does it make sense to do a prequel set just a few decades before the remake? You're telling a filler story. No, I mean, well, to my understanding, it's like going years, back. Yeah, it's like it's like every season is like 27 years backwards. So like the next one's going into like the 30s or 40s or something like that, right? I don't know. So I think that's cool. I think like that's infinite potential to me. Like
it is, yeah.
You know, it's a dope story. You could go back to like the colonies, and I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, even if you're not sold on that premise alone, I think again they dove into so many interesting ideas set in that time period, set with these types of characters, that I feel like it is actually really cool. And Devontae, I would tell you, like, check it out. Why not?
Yeah, definitely heavy. Check that out. Wiley Todd said the bear all the way. Salute to the bear. Wonder Man is so great. Wiley Todd also said too. John Lee said the bear's not a comedy. Of course. And then talking about Brittany Allen, I'm with Undressed. Kate Van said I'm with Undressed. The movie looks lame. I guess, are we talking about Doomsday or
Digger?
Digger. Oh my gosh. Wow. Y'all say it looks lame. Wow. Okay, crazy. And then Wiley Todd with the super chat. Salute to Wiley. Just watched Do the Right Thing for the first time. Loved it. Really had a lot of thoughts. Really had a lot of thought by the movie's end quotes. What are you guys' thoughts on the film? I mean, literally one of my favorite movies of all time. So brilliant. I've written countless essays on this movie in film school. But I love it. And the ending quote, the comparing and contrasting the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther King, giving you that kind of idea of like the love and the hate side of it, like the peace, the violence and the peace, and how they could kind of be intertwined. And yeah, such a beautiful movie. I mean, I love it. That's me.
Yeah, classic. Flawless.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites for sure. It's incredible.
Yeah, no. I mean, you know, me and John have spoken about that extensively on our Real Ones podcast. I think our first episode was Greatest Black Movies of All Time. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Do the Right Thing ended up being our number one. It was either that one or Malcolm X. So, yeah, if you want to hear me and John Marin talk extensively about that, that'd be great. And then last but not least, Mary Jack is in the chat. Say hi, Ace. PLC Corner is crazy. So ABCD. Love Shang-Chi. Me to RB3. I love Mackey's Captain America. I would love to see him too. So tired of old Cap. Yeah, exactly. And then Kevin Davis talking about MCU post Endgame has been hit or miss. So I have no problem see Black, Latino, LGBT on screen, but the majority of audiences, which is white folks, they don't want to see them at all. I mean, I don't agree with. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe I don't agree with that though. I mean, I think Black Panther made a ton of money. If you tell the right story, people are going to go in. So
yeah,
that's just me. And then lastly, Marie Jack said, RB3, I just rewatched Eternals again. I do love Eternals. I love Salma Hayek so much. I hate that they killed her character. And RB3, we never heard of Blade. Do you remember the ending? The ending was sad. I mean, well, not sad, but no Blade. I mean, yeah, that's
That was
literally
sad, yeah.
both post credit scenes in that movie became completely useless because they introduced Harry Styles as
that was weird.
Yeah, Thor's brother or whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing here? Like
Thanos' brother.
Yeah, Thanos' brother. Yeah, I forgot.
Weird as hell.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So random.
It was random as hell, bro. It definitely random. I think that was also like
somebody who was like the biggest fan of Harry Styles when she was like 12.
Yeah, and I think that was like I want to say that was when he was dating homegirl Olivia
Wilde. Yeah.
Well, that's when he was trying to do his like acting for a second.
That's
he was
right.
like, my policeman, don't worry, darling. Like, trying to cross over.
Yeah, that one was weird. I did like the Black Knight Blade one. I got excited for I was like, ooh, Blade, Mahershala. And not everyone in my theater was confused by that. Because they didn't even say Blade, you just heard his voice, and I knew it was Mahershala, but a lot of people were confused. But I got excited.
I thought it was Samuel Jackson. I was like,
"Oh, that's right, yeah, you did."
I was like, "What the hell?"
I was like, "That's Mahershala, bro! I can't wait." Blade, I was excited, but nothing happened. So
yeah. What a waste! But thank you everybody for watching. Big, huge week is coming up for Odyssey / Odyssey.
We got Odyssey week.
Yeah, big Odyssey week. So me and my boy Dylan, we actually collabing on a few videos this week. We're gonna do a Odyssey preview video that's gonna go here on First Cut, and we're also gonna do a Christopher Nolan ranked video that's gonna go on Dylan's channel, but it's gonna be collab. So subscribe to both, but definitely subscribe here too. But yeah, I was rewatching Batman Begins. What a wild movie! What a wild movie Batman Begins is. Like the first 40 minutes is like some of the craziest. Like it's wild. So we're excited about that, and then we're gonna do an Odyssey out of theater reaction Thursday as well. So a lot of content coming out for Odyssey.
Absolutely, I'm excited. It's going to be exciting, and obviously, apparently everyone's seen the Odyssey, but I'm so excited to watch it.
Yeah, I'm like,
who
who again? Same thing. I'm like, who was getting these invites? Like, I don't get it.
For real, I was like, damn, bro, everybody's seen it.
I have friends that don't even work doing this anymore, and they got like invites. For
I saw some random ass people that I was like, what? Y'all don't even watch movies.
Yeah, and it was funny because they were like, oh, like we're not doing like influencer stuff, so they really were just like super low key about like who they went forth with. But I heard that there's not going to be any trailers for like the IMAX 70mm screenings, so if anybody's going to see it, be on time. So RB3, you and Dylan, I'm assuming you're going IMAX.
You're gonna tell them twice, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be there. We driving out to Orange County to see it on Thursday. So
I actually love that, by the way. And I know that we were closing the show, but I love it when they do no trailers. The only other time I remember that was, I want to say, BVS didn't have any trailers when I saw it. I don't know if I saw that in 70mm. I think they did do a 70mm release of BVS. I might be tripping.
They did, yes.
They did. I think that's when they did no trailers for that. And I want to say Hateful Eight. I want to say when I saw Hateful Eight.
They had the Roadhouse thing for that.
I don't think they did trailers for that as well, and I loved it. I was like, this is cinema, bro. No trailers. Me and my curmudgeonness was happy. But appreciate you guys tuning in for this episode. We appreciate you guys, obviously, to subscribe to First Cut if you haven't done so already. Follow us on social media. We're posting a lot of reels, a lot of shorts. So make sure to follow us on TikTok at First Cut TMO, and obviously on Instagram at First Cut TMO as well. Sabrina, where can everyone find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Sabrina.onfilm, and then Twitter and TikTok at Sabrina.onfilm.
RB3, where can everyone find you?
Dang, I meant to make you. Okay. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3. John.ai comments on TikToks at Peak Odyssey. And thanks for following us from this live stream. Thank you, John. First Cut TMO, website, merch, memberships. We got it all, y'all. Support the gang.
Yeah, you can follow me at Squad Leader Ace, and follow us also on our Star Wars channel, Smock the Block. And obviously, as I said before, on social media, we will be posting more stuff there. But either way, guys, for the First Cut crew, we're going to be peacing out. So peace, deuces.